This is lesson 2.13, writing equations of lines given 2 points. This one is a little bit different than 2.12 and 2.11 because you're not given the slope or the y-intercept. So if our problem is negative 5, 7 and 2, negative 7. So we know that we aren't given the slope, but we have the ability to find the slope from 2 points. So remember, we're going to use m equals y minus y over x minus x. So this is our x, y, x, y. So our first step is to find slope. So we're going to go m equals 7 minus negative 7 over negative 5 minus 2. We're going to keep change there. 2 negatives make a positive. 7 plus 7 is 14 over negative 5 minus 2 is negative 7. 14 divided by negative 7 is negative 2. So there's our slope, so that's our m. Now we are going to write the form like we would before. Right form, which is y equals mx plus b. Then we're going to plug in. And in this case, we're going to use this first point and this slope. So we have 7 equals negative 2, which is the slope we found, times negative 5, which is the x, plus b. And then we're going to solve for b. So we have 7 equals negative 10 plus b. We're going to add 10 to both sides. So we get 17 equals, I screwed up there, my mistake. This is actually a positive 10 plus b. So then we're going to subtract 10 from both sides. So we end up with negative 3 equals b. And then last but not least, we're going to write in slope-intercept. So we have y equals negative 2x, which is what we found, and then minus 3, which is our b. So it's not a whole lot different than 2.11 and 2.12 other than you have to find the m and the b, whereas in 2.12 you only had to find the b. Let's go ahead and do another one. Alright, so we have our problem is 2, 0, and negative 2, 6. We're, of course, going to copy the problem. And then we are going to find slope. So we have m equals, remember this is our x, y, x, y. So we have 0 minus 6 over 2 minus negative 2. This becomes negative 6. 0 minus 6 is negative 6 over 2 minus negative 2 is keep change. So that'd be 2 plus 2 would be 4. 2 goes into both of these. So we're going to simplify that. So we'll have negative 3 halves is our slope. Then we're going to write the form, which is y equals mx plus b. And then we're going to plug in. So we're going to use this first point here. I always use the first point, and we're going to use this slope. So I have 0, which is our y, equals negative 3 halves, which is our m, times 2, which is our x, plus b. And then we're going to solve for b. Remember that we'll come out to the side here. Anytime we're working with fractions, we want to work in all fractions. So we have negative 3 halves times 2 over 1, which makes negative 6 over 2, which gives us negative 3. So we get 0 equals negative 3 plus b. And then we're going to add 3 to both sides. We get 3 equals b. Now we're going to write slope-intercept. So we end up with y equals negative 3/2, which is the slope we found, x, plus 3, which is the b we found. Circle your answer, and you're done. Last example, and then day 2 we'll have more examples. So our problem is 2, negative 3, and negative 3, 7. Of course, we're going to copy the problem. And then we're going to find slope. This is our x, y. So we get m equals, our y is negative 3 minus 7 over our x, which is 2 minus a negative 3. Negative 3 minus 7 becomes negative 10 over, we got to keep, change, and we get 5. Negative 10 divided by 5 is negative 2. Then we are going to write form. So we get y equals mx plus b. Then we're going to plug in. So we're going to use, remember, the first point and the slope we found. So we get negative 3 equals negative 2 times 2 plus b. We're then going to solve for b. So we get negative 3 equals negative 4 plus b. We're going to add 4 to both sides. So we get 1 equals b. And then we're going to write in slope intercept. So we end up with y equals negative 2x plus 1. So that's what you do when you're given 2 points. We will write a couple more equations in day 2. Make sure you practice these, because even though you get them right now while I'm walking you through them, it's something that can be difficult when you do it on your own.